My name is Kevin Donovan. I'm Ryan's older brother, not bigger brother, older brother. And I'd like to thank you for coming out here today. I know there's a lot of places you can be. You chose to be with us today for the official kickoff of Ryan's re-election campaign. So thank you very much for coming out here on behalf of our family. Today I have the unique perspective to talk to you about Ryan from the perspective of a brother. So probably like many of you, you came here to Bethlehem to raise your family. My parents came here years and years ago from New Haven, Connecticut. They chose this as a place to raise their family. They fell in love with Bethlehem particularly. I'll wait for that to go by. They chose the community because they loved the town, the school district, and its people, and they felt that this is a place where you could build a quality of life for a family. So in doing that, they first came here with me, and then they had my sister Chelsea and my brother Ryan. Ryan's about 7 years younger than I am. So when we first found out we were having a baby, I was the last to know. My parents knew ahead of me. Back then, you didn't know if it was going to be a boy or a girl, so I really hoped it was going to be a boy. I wanted a little brother. Not only did I get the little brother, I probably got the biggest little brother in the history of all brothers. Right. So, getting to know Ryan or watching Ryan develop over time, two things come to mind. One, first and foremost, is he loves people, absolutely loves people. He's committed to his family, his extended family, his friends, his neighbors, and his colleagues. And I think because of people, he gets deeply involved with things. Whether growing up it was Cub Scouts or lacrosse or soccer or later on rugby or the town. And I think it led it to the vocation that he chose today. So when he first became a town judge about 4 years ago, I had the naive understanding that it was really a part-time job. I think what our family quickly figured out over time was it wasn't a part-time job, it was a lifestyle focused on service. So there's many a time we're at Sunday dinners at my parents' house, or he's on a date with Brooke, or Ryan and I are taking the kids skiing. He gets called away from being with the family to serve the community, whether it was arraignment or something to do with the court. So we figured out pretty quick that it was actually a choice or a lifestyle choice. But beyond that, he's developed some competencies along the way. So over the last 4 years, he's seen several hundred cases come before him. He's actually appointed to serve as well, not only in our court, but the city of Albany as well as Troy. So he's got a whole myriad of experience, which I think is important to kind of mention, if you will, that he can bring back to the community to help serve Bethlehem. So what I'm asking you guys to do today is two things. One, first and foremost, is your support, your vote in November, and we'd really appreciate that as a family. But two, over the course of the summer, between now and November, when you're here having lunch or dinner, you're across the street having a cup of coffee, you're at the town park or one of your kids' games, if the conversation lends itself, talk a bit about my brother. Tell him about why you're voting for him and what's important to you. And I think with your enthusiasm, your energy, we'll win this thing in November. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my little brother, your town judge, Ryan Donovan.
This wasn't part of the plan here, but Matt wants to be involved. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out today. I really appreciate it. I'd like to take a minute and thank Senator Neil Breslin, who's up for re-election this year, for being here. Thank you, Senator. I'd like to thank our town board members, Mark Hennessy, Mark Jordan, for being here. And we have a lot of party officials and party committee people, and we really couldn't do this without your support and really appreciate it. I'd like to also thank everyone else who took time out of their lives today to be here and help my family launch, which we will hope to be a very successful re-election campaign this year. That success cannot be realized without all of your hard work and your dedication, and that is sincerely appreciated. I'm going to put Matt down. Here, Matt. Go for a run. Hold on 1 second. He really loves politics. But thank you very much. That success couldn't be realized without hard work. As most people know, campaigns are not won by candidates. They're won by the candidate's supporters, the candidate's family, the candidate's friends, the committee people, and the neighbors who take their time and away from their family to help us. When I ran for election in 2006, it was a very humbling experience. I couldn't believe the amount of people that took time away from their families to knock on doors, make phone calls, spread the word, have lawn signs, host parties. This couldn't be done without all that support. And it was, as a candidate, it's amazing to me that people will take the time to help. And I'm forever grateful for that. The support you get from family and friends, as I said before, is very humbling, and I have a great amount of support from my family. My parents are a major part of my life and a major part of this campaign, and I thank them very much for their help. As is my brother, Kevin, and his wife, Kim, who are outfitted nicely in t-shirts today and helping out all the time. But there's one person that's essential to every part of my life. Without her support, I could not be dedicated to my responsibilities as town justice to the level I am. I also could not be the father I am without her, and I thank Brooke every day, and she is unbelievable, and I really appreciate having her in my life, and I couldn't do this without her. In the spirit of keeping this short and letting the ice cream flow, when anyone runs for office, there's always that question, why? Why are you doing this? If it's your first time, if it's your 10th time senator, if it's your second time, why are you running for office? Well, the question for me is a very simple one to answer. I love what I do. I'm passionate about being town judge. I love that I have an ability to make our town better in a tangible way every time I go on the bench. And that is something that is unique to my job and something that I have a passion for. It's a very simple answer for me. And that is why I stand here today and enthusiastically announce that I will be running for re-election this fall, and I look forward to working with all of you, and I sincerely appreciate your attendance here today and your support throughout the next 6 months. Thank you very much.